Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. Okay, I've got books to read. I'm not going to read them all at once or as I get them, but I'll probably in the mornings or evenings. She's a very studious sort who likes history. We'll start with biography. Some people say Berenzia. I say Berenzia, but I'm from New Jersey, so who knows? I haven't heard it said aloud in the game. Biography of Berenzia by Sturm Gamboj, Imperial Scribe. Late in the Second Era, a girl child, Berenzia, was born to the rulers of the kingdom of Mournhold in what is now the imperial province of Morrowind. She was reared in all the luxury and security befitting a royal dark elven child until she reached 5 years of age. At that time, His Excellency Tiber Septim I, the first emperor of... That's my dog's automatic door. It's going to happen a lot. Sounds like a gunshot. Don't worry. At that time, His Excellency Tiber Septim I, the first emperor of Tamriel, demanded that the decadent rulers of Morrowind yield to him and institute imperial reforms. Trusting to their vaunted magic, the Dark Elves impudently refused until Tiber Septim's army was on the borders. An armistice was hastily signed by the now eager Dunmer, but not before there were several battles, one of which laid waste to Mournhold, now called Almalexia. Little Princess Berenzia and her nurse were found among the wreckage. The Imperial General Symmachus, himself a dark elf, suggested to Tiber Septim that the child might someday be valuable, and she was therefore placed with a loyal supporter who had recently retired from the Imperial Army. Sven Advinson had been granted the title of Count upon his retirement. His fiefdom, Darkmoor, was a small town in central Skyrim. Count Sven and his wife reared the princess as their own daughter, seeing to it that she was educated appropriately, and more importantly, that the imperial virtues of obedience, discretion, loyalty, and piety were instilled in the child. In short, she was made fit to take her place as a member of the new ruling class. Of Morrowind. The girl Berenzia grew in beauty, grace, and intelligence. She was sweet-tempered, a joy to her adoptive parents and their 5 young sons, who loved her as their elder sister. Other than her appearance, she differed from young girls of her class only in that she had a strong empathy for the woods and fields and was wont to escape her household duties to wander there at times. Berenzia was happy and content until her 16th year, when a wicked orphan stable boy who she had befriended out of pity told her he had overheard a conspiracy between her guardian, Count Sven, and a Redguard visitor to sell her as a concubine in Rihad, as no Nord or Breton would marry her on account of her black skin, and no dark elf would have her because of her foreign upbringing. "Whatever shall I do?" the poor girl said, weeping and trembling, for she had been brought up in innocence and trust, and it never occurred to her that her friend, the stable boy, would lie to her. The wicked boy, who was called Straw, said that she must run away if she valued her virtue, but that he would come with her as her protector. Sorrowfully, Berenzia agreed to this plan, and that very night she disguised herself as a boy, and the pair escaped to the nearby city of Whiterun. After a few days there, they managed to get jobs as guards for a disreputable merchant caravan. The caravan was heading east by side roads in a mendacious attempt to elude the lawful tolls charged on the imperial highways. Thus the pair eluded pursuit until they reached the city of Riften, where they ceased their travels for a time. They felt safe in Riften, close as it was to the Morrowind border, so that dark elves were enough of a common sight. Kaidan's a little stuck. Hey, baby.
I have something for you. It's a Nord warhorn, carved from a bit of tusk. You can use it if we ever get separated. I'll hear it, and I'll be able to find you.
You know people from the companions?
Farkas and Vilkas, yeah. We've taken on a few bounties together. He and his brother are good men to have at your back in a tight spot.
Kaidan's
their meat
clearly
well
having back
and their
pain.
meat warm. With you all the way.
Okay. So, that's happening. Oh, we'll see if he's bugged. We can eat the meals. We prayed. We're not hungry. Okay, we're good. We're in Whiterun. The first thing I want to get started is the Legacy of the Dragonborn, but first I want to collect a few companions. Alright, I'm going to summon Kaidan because he's not... Oh, yes he is. We're good. Alright, buddy.
What can I do for you?
I'm so glad you're feeling better. Any thoughts?
I wouldn't say no to a blade of skyforged steel. Imagine it. Weapons forged in fire as old as Skyrim itself. Aye.
Alright. I'm not going to do... Well, I do a ton of crafting. I spend much of my life at crafting stations, so I'm probably going to edit a lot of that out. But for right now, I'm just going to be making a few things I need. Mainly arrows. Don't start the game with a lot of arrows. Normally with alchemy,
I'm fascinated how you brew together all those potions.
you have to eat the materials to discover them, but I'm using a mod that reveals all of the attributes. So I'm going to make a few poisons, or one poison, that's all I can make. I like damage health and ravage health. And a few healing potions. By lore, I know that Kaidan is allergic to swamp fungal pods, so if I'm carrying one, he's going to start sneezing. I use auto potion mods, so I don't have to automatically trigger them if I lose health or stamina or mana. It will use one automatically. Okay. I've got food. I'm gonna... Let's see. Make a few arrows.
Today is a gorgeous day.
Okay. I need firewood. And the nice thing about this mod, you'll see my the smelter here also gives me experience, and I'm going to break things down in my inventory to give me materials for crafting. This is a great mod. I think it's called Skyrim Recycling? Ceramics is something used by the campfire mod. So here I can break plates, anything wood, like bows, into firewood, buckets. I think that's really great. And I can break down some weapons that I've looted into ingots, lanterns, tankards. And with this, I should be able to make some
Wasn't it a
decent
better day for travel?
arrows. Yeah, so I can make ancient Nord arrows. With a mod, it makes quite a few. Forsworn arrows. So that'll give me a good arrow supply early in the game. Still doing crafting for it, I'm just not really struggling, which is good. Okay. Now the tanning rack also, should give me experience, but there's some sort of weird bug with this. There's only certain tanning racks in certain places work to give me experience for it, so I'm going to wait, because the tanning rack in the safe house for Legacy of the Dragonborn is one of them. Alright, so I've got a few arrows. Favorite those. Equip them. I do have a mod that equips my best arrows automatically, but it doesn't always work. Okay. So, if you see, there's a theme in terms of picking up the downtrodden. Well, Kaidan is deeply downtrodden. Miko is next. Miko is the vanilla dog companion. I've got a mod to change how he looks. But what's cool about that is Kaidan will interact with the Miko mod and will be aware that Miko is traveling with us. So that's one of my first spots. I rescue Kaidan, I rescue Miko, and of course we say hello to the baby chicks. That's very important. In my mod list, I have a weird artifact where my carriage drivers all levitate. Haven't been able to fix it.
Need a ride?
Don't know how to fix it.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
And that's just it. Unique to me, levitating carriage drivers.
Oh, steady on.
I say I don't know what causes it. I think it's CBPC. I think it's the one of the skeleton mods, and it might be that the carriage drivers have something in their inherent skeleton or the clothes that are on them that make them rise up and respond to the physics of their seat. I don't know, but I'd rather keep the skeleton physics than have these guys just sit normally. I don't really have a choice. I did try to speak to the author of the mod who said it couldn't possibly be the problem, but I do know that when I disable the mod, they're sitting normally.
Nice little town.
Oh, it's snowing, which means it's cold, so I can probably speak to Kaidan and get his cloak. Let's see. Which is a cute little thing. It gives you his cloak, which I think is sweet.
Oh, it's fucking freezing.
Yeah, it is. I'll be okay. Let's keep going.
Aye.
About surviving out here.
Aye? What about it?
I'm freezing.
So am I. Let's get a fire going.
Do you have anything warm I could wear?
Here, take this cloak.
Now, that's really nice. It's got additional warmth bonuses. It doesn't have any... I don't think it has any, It doesn't have anything but warmth, but I think that's a sweet little roleplay thing to do. So now I'm wearing Kaidan's cloak. I can enchant it later, but I think that's just a nice little touch. And you can only get it when it's cold.
It's bloody cold.
So with the spring mod, you can still see, there's some spring grass and spring flowers. But when it is snowing, there will be snow on the ground.
There's just no bloody end to us, is
I
there?
mostly ignore things. I think these are spiders that spit
Let's
at you
do
from the
this.
roadside, and I don't care.
Very peaceful here.
So yeah, I have the seasonal landscapes, and I have seasonal weather, and it's just really beautiful. But then you see, when it's not snowing anymore and it's sunny out, the snow's off the ground.
I've seen my share of that.
There's Miko.
Nothing compares to the wilds of Skyrim.
Hi, honey.
She's beautiful, as she is dangerous.
Hey, honey. Normally, there's a Nord body right there. It should be on the bed, but I've modded the beds, so some weird things happened. So there's a Nord foot, but that is Miko's owner. And I should have their journal in my inventory. Well, after all my years living in these woods, it looks like the rock joint will finally be the end of me. I guess that's fine. All my friends are long dead. The only one left is poor Miko. He was always a loyal companion, and I know he'll be able to take care of himself. I hope someday I'll see him again. So Miko's one of my first stops, because someone should take care of him. What's wrong, boy? Do you want to come with me? Come on, you can follow me if you want. Okay. That's it. This mod, the beacons here are called sky shards. I don't know if you played ESO, Elder Scrolls Online,
Feels good to be
but they have sky shards that you can collect all over the world. And someone ported them to here and put them in all over the world, and I just think that's adorable. I love Elder Scrolls Online too. I just wish they'd raise the level cap, because I've got about 12 level 50 characters now, and I don't have much more to do. Okay, time to eat and drink. And put some poisons on my hotbar. So, with poisons, I have a mod that when I poison, I can use a hotkey to poison my bow, and then in the lower right will show up an icon to tell me that my equipment is poisoned. I'm not seeing it right now, but it'll show up probably when I draw my bow. Or not. You know, doesn't have to. Maybe later. Alright, now my next stop is to pick up... How could I have been at the stables without discovering the stables in Whiterun? Alright, I need to go to the carriage stop anyway. So, I'm going to Iverstead to pick up one of my other modded companions. And then we'll go do the Legacy of the Dragonborn stuff. And I can level up. I always go for alchemy and speech first. And I tend to do balance so that all my stats are approximately equivalent. It just saves me on potions. When you use a lot of stuff up quickly, you want to have a better pool of everything. I know a lot of people don't boost stamina, but I do, or because otherwise, using a bow, I'm going to run through stamina potions like crazy. I have mods that give me 2 points per level. Alright. I'm gonna go to Iverstead. This is the is it? I don't think it's convenient carriages. It's something else. But it adds carriage stops all over the world. It makes transportation easier. I have played full survival games where I run or walk everywhere, but I eventually got really, really sick of it, mostly at the point that I was building the Hearthstone homes and like having to schlep into town for, 5 goat horns and try to buy that. It was just such a pain. And the other one that drove me nuts was doing the Thieves Guild final, like saving the Thieves Guild, where you have to do these several quests in each town. I think you have to do like 5 in each town, and it's random, and I was just too much running around. I stopped doing things that don't have fast travel, but I don't use teleport much. I have a few very specific teleports, and I only use them when I'm out in the open world. So here is my other companion. His name is Ironclaw. Look at the little helmet. Your name is Ironclaw? How did you earn such an honored title? It sounds like you've led a life of adventure. Why don't you come with me? Okay, that's it. This is my family. So, look at me go. Okay, we're good. Alright, next thing is Legacy of the Dragonborn. I have a sacred duty in this world. And you will see this often. I must rid the world of all handcarts. They're ugly. So, much better. Okay. Handcart 1 disabled. That's good. Alright, now I'm gonna go to Solitude and start Legacy of the Dragonborn. So basically with me and 3 companions, it's reduplicating like the squad effect of Mass Effect or something like that. Kaidan will speak to Miko, but doesn't have any interactions with Ironclaw, which is kind of sad, but I love Ironclaw, so I'll talk to Ironclaw. When Kaidan talks to Miko, I will reassure Ironclaw, although Ironclaw is pretty tough and doesn't really need me to help them. They're good.
Solitude doesn't agree with me. Too much pomp and politics.
Okay, gonna discover the farm so I can fast travel. Miko doesn't bark because I have mods to make dogs quiet. Although I don't mind the barking sounds, I mind how often the barking sounds happen. And so I think Miko only really barks in battle. Yeah, if anybody has written a mod that will simply remove all hand carts from the world, I would install it in a heartbeat. I've looked.
They can't hurt Uncle Bog here. Tell them he didn't do it.
Position.
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the other.
God, get out! I even got me treats.
Ooh, look at the moon. I love these windows. I think they're called rustic windows. All the stained glass is just beautiful.
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
I'm sorry, can I help you? The museum is currently closed until further notice.
Is there something I could do to help?
Well, you do look the adventuring sort. Perhaps you can. You see, we are in need of a vast array of relics to display here at the museum. And I'm afraid that the mercenaries and treasure hunters I've hired thus far have proven to be more trouble than they are worth.
Perhaps I can give you a chance, however. If you can bring me a few artifacts I'm looking for, I'll pay you for them. If you prove to be successful at retrieving these relics for me, perhaps we can discuss some other opportunities I may have for you.
I'll get right on that.
Excellent. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to get my hands on one of the 6th House Bellhammers of the House of Dagoth. They have become increasingly rare. One apparently was stolen recently by some bandits, apparently held up in Broken Helm Hollow. Another item was stolen from a local collector by the Silent Moon Bandits. The item is known as Denstagma's Ring. It's likely still in the hideout west of Whiterun, if they haven't fenced it yet, that is. And lastly, a small shipment of Arkaviri relics is on its way across Skyrim, bound for Markarth. Amongst the items were some jade carvings. The caravan, however, was attacked by Forsworn, and it's likely they may be in possession of some of the relics. Find what you can, and I'll pay you well for it.
Alright. Yeah, this is beautiful too. The interiors are there's a legacy of the Dragonborn itself, but then there is a mod called Extravagant Solitude.
If we survive fetching those 3 relics, it's good to know we'll have a job at the museum.
And this is applying those textures here, so it's called Extravagant Legacy. Looks amazing.
Fascinating.
Alright, we're going to get started on picking those up. The first one is near to Riften, and I happen to have a house there, and I'm very tired. So we're going to port to Riften and pick up Roland Manor. I don't go into Riften early in the game because I hate failing that persuade check and them telling me I'm not allowed in. So we're going to go into Riften later when our speech skill is a little higher. Okay.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
Who's a good
Couldn't ask
dog?
for better weather.
It's you! It's you, you're a good dog.
Alright. Turn on the light. It's dark. Okay, here we go. Okay.
I like it here.
And you don't actually have to go into the front door of Riften and get shaken down anyway. You can just run around the back, which is what I'm going to do.
I like the rift better than anywhere in Skyrim. The cold forests and the broken mountains. It always felt familiar somehow.
I'm not even sure if you can run all the way around. Oh, yeah. I don't even have to go in. Look at that sky. So beautiful. Mist on the water. That's just lovely.
It's beautiful.
Okay, this is a player modded home called Roland's Manor. It's got a bunch of places to plant stuff. So I do come here a lot. And the auto loot will just grab this stuff as I come by. So we're going to plant around the house. And it looks pretty. No, the smelter here gives experience, but that usually means that the tanning rack won't.
Who's a good boy? You're the good boy. Yes, you are.
It's so cute. So I'm not planting much for alchemy, I'm just planting stuff that I eat. Okay. Save a lot before going through doors because it's something with the Dindalod software. It raises the odds of crashes during transitions. Now, I played a lot of vanilla Skyrim anyway. It crashes on its own. It doesn't really need help from mods. I don't remember if this place has an oven. Doesn't look like it. Let me make a few cure disease potions. Although one nice thing about Kaidan is he will tell you if you're sick and give you a potion, which is really sweet. Okay, starting to get more stuff for poisons. Yeah, I think there's I auto-looted a container here that gave me like 10 or 20 of everything in the game. That's why I've got a lot of inventory now.
Bugger that. I'm not sitting around eating spiders' eggs to figure out that they're bad for you.
Down in the basement is a nice place to take a bath. I'm not sure if it automatically starts here. There we go. Okay, we got a little clipping there, so... Puppies and kitties don't automatically bathe. Okay, so in my homes, I tend to set up shrines so that I can... it thinks I went through the water again. Okay.
I love dogs. It's always nice to have one by your side. To hunt with and share your game and fire.
Yeah. Okay. So I've patched Campfire in together with Winter Sun, which is a good combination. I can load or craft. Right now I'm going to load one. A shrine to Akatosh. Okay, loaded a few because I'm going to need some for different homes. A Shrine of Akatosh, and I can place it somewhere prominent. Or draw my bow. Lower it a bit. There we go. Okay, now with Campfire, it allows you to put things directly in your home or outside at a campsite, so I find that really nice to facilitate role-playing. So I prayed, ate, drank. Now here is a teleport spell. So some of the homes have teleport spells. This is one of them. I only use a couple of them, but teleport can really screw you up, so be very careful. I only use teleport when I'm out in the world as someplace that I would have already been able to fast travel. Roland's Manor Bill of Sale. This deed signifies ownership of Roland's Manor to the undersigned. This includes all property, resources, buildings, and staff. Ownership may only be transferred with an accompanying bill of sale. So staff means there's a merchant in the basement. Here's the prisoner's plan from the abandoned prison. The storm is coming, I can tell. The water leaking in has become stronger. There's no better time than now. When the storm hits, the guards will be scrambling to figure out what to do with us. Amidst the confusion, we need to overpower the few that will be standing guard outside our cells and hold off the cell block entrance. We need only hold off until I can get one of their swords and break open the drainage gate in the corner of my cell. That's where we'll make our escape. Everyone move downriver and we'll find shelter there until the storm passes. Okay, this is just the home guide. So this is telling you about the manor. I'm not going to read that. That's for a mod. Guards' orders. We can't let the prisoners out, so either kill them or let them drown. Either way, all guards must evacuate as soon as possible. The storm is about to wash this whole fort into the river, and I'll be damned if I have to report one Legion death while under my watch. You have your orders. Okay. Read some recipes. Read the teleport spell. Got some recipes. Okay, and I'll read another book tomorrow, but for now, just take a nap. I do some redecorating. I like the red banner. And a different master bed. This is the Dragon Beds mod. I really, really like the look of the carved wood.
Who's a good dog? Hey,
Okay.
who's a good dog? Need some help?
Let's rest here.
Aye.
I'm just going to check something in my mod setup that I'm not sure about. Yeah, okay. You have to talk to Kaidan in rest state, so you can't just talk to him out in the world. You have to tell him, you have to go to some place where resting is possible, like an inn or a player home, and then talk to him, and then he will have different
Something I can do for you.
things to say. What's wrong, Kaidan?
I am intrigued.
What about?
What were you getting up to before you rescued me?
And here's where I lie. I was locked up in the same prison as you. True,
Right, well, I can sympathise with
not
you there.
very helpful.
Seeing as we were both locked up in the same godforsaken shithole. Well, whatever you did or didn't do, fuck it. I'm just glad you freed yourself and came to my rescue.
That's all, really?
Glad
Yep.
to know a bit more about you.
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
As you wish.
What's your favorite color?
My favourite colour is blue.
Were you going to ask something?
You know, I'm curious about you. Where are you from?
I'll tell the truth. I've lived in many places. Skyrim is only one of them.
A fellow wanderer then. I'm curious to hear what you've encountered in your time.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what I'm actually going to tell you. Tell me about yourself.
Of course. What were you wondering?
So what brings you to Skyrim?
I've spent a long time wandering. This is where my feet led me.
There's more to it than that, surely.
Aye, isn't there always? To warn the truth, I've come back to Skyrim to learn something of my heritage, my bloodline. The few clues that I have pointed me here, but it takes time to decode. So, I'm paying my way by collecting bounties.
You have no family to ask?
No, not anymore. Perhaps I do have blood kin out there, but I've never known them.
You don't even know your own race?
No, I have no voice of the Emperor, no dragon skin magic. I don't know the race of my mother. All I have is a hunch, but I need proof.
Perhaps I could help you solve this?
You do that? I suppose I could use the help. The best clue I have is my sword, but I'm certain we can find out more in our travels.
I always ask you questions, Kaidan. Seem only fair to let you have a turn.
Great. Right, so, I was wondering, are you, seeing anyone?
Oh, that isn't quite what I expected, but, no. No, I'm not. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. Right, so, are you alright? Aye, time to go then?
Well, now that you've asked, I feel I need to. Are you seeing anyone?
Me? No. No, I'm not, no.
Come on, let's get going.
I am your sword and shield.
Okay. Look at how beautiful that is. Wow. Got lilies in the water. Gorgeous. Okay, back to getting the bell hammer.
Come here and do your worst. Yeah, try to be careful. Yep, almost did it. Try to be careful shooting at wolves, because otherwise I shoot Nico in the face, and that makes me sad. Oh wow, my horse already killed the bandits. Okay, and bar. Now, I can try, if I remember, these guys are sleeping, so I can try to pickpocket, but I usually suck at this stage. If I actually manage to pickpocket them even while they're sleeping, I'm lucky. Woo! I'm lucky.
You want to do this the
Here we
hard
go.
way? Fine.
You are dead!
Oh, I must have had a black soul gem. Probably picked that up at Rolling Mana.
Slow and steady. You don't want to grab any undue attention now, do you?
And there's a bandit leader up here.
You want to do this the hard way? Fine. You can go to hell.
You've met your match!
Well, bloody done.
Yeah, we got hit by a trap. Sorry. Sorry, I suck.
Been kind of nice traveling with someone. Gotta admit, thought I'd be bored when we first started. I mean, shit, that came out wrong. Sorry. Ignore me.
Okay, one down.
The filth that lives here and no better than the skeever.
Look at how beautiful that is. That's just gorgeous.
That cave could make good shots. Provided you clear out whatever's inside.
Beautiful view. Okay. Next one is in Silent Moon's camp. Okay. I don't have much gold yet. I can't buy Kaidan his horse just yet. Look at that. Beautiful aurora. Oh. Can usually see the lights of High Hrothgar from here. Yep, there it is, the throat of the world, right behind my horse and above. And there's Whiterun. Beautiful. I love these gigantic pines. Bent pines. Look at how, I love it. So gorgeous. It's usually mud crabs coming after me right about now, and my followers will usually take care of them. Sometimes this ruin is a little buggy, so I'm going to save a lot. It's got some Creation Club stuff. I think the lunar axes as loot tends to confuse my auto-looter. So I'm cautious around here because I've done a lot of crashing in this place.
Here we go. Busted!
Look, Murder Under the Moon.
Travelled with anyone in
So
a while.
pretty.
It's a bit different. Not bad, just different. Not as annoying as I thought it'd be. Shit. Ignore that.
Okay, lucked out this time. Look at the pretty water in the troughs. That's very satisfying.
Once was a woman as fair as an even, a springtime in old Rosmacai.
Let's do this.
That's all you got?
Motherfuckers! How the fuck am I supposed to draw my sword falling over like this? One of these days I'm gonna cut something off myself, I swear. You think I'm clever?
Excavation sites will yield fragments and occasionally keystones, which could be used at archaeology stations to create artifacts. So this is a Legacy of the Dragonborn archaeology site. Malrus is German. I just can't shake these fools. Everywhere I go, there's another one of them on my tail. I swear, if the Brotherhood were half as relentless, it would still be a plague on Palm Tamriel. It seems that I'm going to have to go full circle and return to the vault where I found Hircine's spear of the hunter entombed away so many ages before. I stumbled upon a strange runic shrine in the largest mass of land in the marshes south of Solitude, some distance to the west of Dead Man's Respite. When I touched the stone, it began to glow, and a beam of light shone like a beacon to the southeast of there. I traveled in that direction for what must have been 3 weeks, and never found anything out of the ordinary. Months later, I was in the Southlands near Helgen, and I spotted what I swore was some snow-elven ruins just south of Riverwood, and when I went to investigate, I discovered a small shrine that behaved in much the same way, glowing and projecting a light after touching it. This one pointed north, presumably toward the same place the first runestone was indicated. It had me intrigued, to say the least. It wasn't until almost a year later that I happened upon a third marker, which lay high above the dragon shrine at Mount Anthor. This one was Dwemer in nature, and when touched, light shone out from the eyes of the Dwemer bust there, just like the others. After that, there was a rumble in the earth. The light was pointing to the southwest, and so I aimed to triangulate where these lights might be pointing. When I marked my map, it revealed that the center location was likely the Silent Moon's ruins, or someplace right near it. I wasted no time and began a long excavation into the Silent Moon's ruins. I hired some mercenaries for protection and a couple diggers, and we delved deep, eventually finding a lost basement off one of the ruined tower sections where Metal Hatch resided. The hatch opened easily, despite looking as if many had tried to pry the door over many decades it was here. Inside lay an ornate Daedric spear. I surmised that this vault had been built with the express intention of sealing the spear away and involved the collective efforts of the Dwemer, Snow Elves, and ancient Nords. I held onto the spear for some time until I lost it to a group of bandits. They continued to pursue me in an effort to find whatever else I might be hiding from them. No matter what I did, they kept finding me, probably due to the powers of the spear. My only remaining secret is the Codex, a grand book of ancient make which holds boundless knowledge. It seems that the more I travel and uncover, the more powerful it becomes. It isn't a spell tome per se. In fact, it behaves entirely unlike one. Instead, the book seems to relay knowledge of various subjects and imparts powers on a daily basis, depending on what is researched within its pages. You merely have to open the book and turn the page, and a new topic appears on the page. It's really quite an astounding item. So it seems that I may be making my final stand. I have sealed away the Codex in the vault which I discovered the spear in, and the doors have been locked tight. All I can do now is wait.
God, get out.
And
I even got me treated to...
there's Malrus's skull and skeleton. This is from the Legacy of the Dragonborn. This is their relics and their spaces. Okay. 2 down under a beautiful sky. I can fast travel. I have the Divine Elegance store right here. And that's where the Jade Warrior is. And then I'll be heading north to get the Lover sign. I don't know why there's a giant rock in the store, but there is. Might be bugged inside with a giant rock inside, who knows. But I want to see if I have enough money to pick up a crafting raven. I probably don't, but this store has some amazing clothes. Wearing some as my base gear. And the crafting raven will allow you to craft. All the vendors are sleeping right now, but I think he's asleep right here. Yes.
Yes?
Loki, what have you got for sale? The divine crafting. Ooh, I do not have enough gold. I need 6,000. I could load it, but I'm gonna try not to load gold this time around. I'll have a delay on some of the stuff that I usually get earlier in the game, but that's cool. Okay. We're off to get the Jade statue.
We should look for game while we're out here.
I've seen my share of Tamriel. Nothing compares to the wilds of Skyrim. She's beautiful, as she is dangerous.
You there, traveler! Over here!
You're vampires. I'm not doing it. I just happen to know. What is that? There's like a purple thing, which usually means I can loot it. If it's a keg of meat, sometimes it's just like meat or something for the burnt corpse. Yikes. Oh, Amulet of Arcade. Sorry, buddy. At least I got a mod that made your burnt corpse look more burny. I do care.
Never should have come here.
Okay, jade statues right here. Yoink that. And yeah, this is just Imperials fighting the Forsworn. Okay. Ow. Alright, if I recall, the Lover Shrine is somewhere close up to here.
Navigating
So
by the
just had
stars
that
is
away.
something I never quite got the hang of. Seems a shame on a night like tonight.
Yeah, I can see it on the compass. Up ahead.
Now.
Can't really walk too far in the reach without tripping over a Forsworn.
Well, let's do something about it then.
Aye, pretty awesome.
Okay. Lover Stone. Isn't that beautiful?
Problem solved.
Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.